Hello, this is a new tutorial. The product is called Insert Learning. You can get access to it at insertlearning.com. I'll show you that in a minute. Have you ever provided a link to a website or an online article and you wanted to do a little bit more with it? You'd like to have students view it and address various aspects of it, and so you can create an assignment around it. So this is a way to make that thing a little bit more interactive. So insertlearning.com is where you will go. And this is a Google Chrome extension. So you can only use this tool in Google Chrome. You can't use it in Firefox, you can't use it in Safari or any other browser. This is a Google Chrome tool. So in order to get access to this, you need to add the extension to your toolbar. It'll tell you add to Chrome. You're going to add the extension, and you'll see this IL pop up in your toolbar. So that's your Insert Learning extension, and anytime you want to use this tool, that's where you will go. So we do have to sign in. So I'm going to pause and do that for you. I'm going to sign in with my Baker Google credentials. And once I do that, I have to identify the fact that I'm a teacher. So just so you understand, for a student to participate in your assignments, they will have to do this as well. They will have to do the same thing. Go to insertlearning.com and insert the extension, and then they will just click on this extension icon and then log in, and then they can get access to what you're going to create. So I'm identifying myself as a teacher, and I'm going to put my name of my class in here. So I suggest you do something unique. So if you're using this in more than one class or using it in more than one semester, you will have the ability to keep things separate. So I'm going to go ahead and create my account in my particular class, and so I have the ability to add a new lesson to this class. Now I already have a previous lesson listed here. It is not assigned yet, but I do have a previous lesson that I put together. But I'm going to show you how to start a lesson from scratch. So I'm going to click on a new lesson. Now there's two different ways that you can create a lesson. You can find a website first that you would like to use. That's probably a common way to do it. But you can also type the subject of your lesson into the search box and hit the search icon, and you will get some choices. Now you have the ability to pull these up first to see if there's something here that that you really like, and I'll just pick one of these here. Okay, so I have this article, this web article. I have some choices of some templates to use, and I can use these templates. You can explore those later. Each template provides kind of a little bit different of a look or a layout, or if you kind of have an idea of what you're doing, you want to manually create something, you can go ahead and do that. You do have some additional templates behind that drop down. I'm just going to dismiss that for right now. So again, I'm in the tool, and the way that I can tell I'm in the tool is I have this little sub toolbar over here to the side, and just to kind of show you what some of the icons represent, we have more options here, which we'll get to in a minute. When we're all done, that's where we're actually going to be able to do things like saving this and assigning it, providing a link so that it can be shared elsewhere. So I have a highlighter here. I have a sticky note, a post-it note here that I can put information on or in that particular icon. I have the ability to insert a question, and I have the ability to insert a discussion. So the way that this would work is throughout an article, there might be certain points you want to pause and stop and assess students' knowledge, or ask them to demonstrate or explain something to you. So I'm just going to show you all three of these different things as an example. So let's say I'm going to insert a sticky note right after this particular paragraph. So there could be something I could tell them. Did you know? Whatever it is that I want to say. I can also add I can record a video right here if I wanted to do this audibly. I'm getting the message to use my microphone and camera allowing in that. I'm not going to actually do that right now, but I have the ability to do that. Another thing I could do is I could go out to YouTube. Oops, I'm not in YouTube actually, I just Googled it. And maybe I want to come up with a video, and let's say I read them and I look them over, and this one appears to be what I want. Okay, so I can copy this particular link and go back to my tab of where I wanted to insert that, and I just did my copy paste situation and I pull that in there. This now will be something that the students, as they read this, they'll get to this particular point. This could have been a set of instructions. Hey, go ahead and play this video. I can also then, I can insert, maybe I want to insert a question. Or, yeah, let's say I'll put it right here. I have the ability to give this points, assuming that this is something I want to do. I don't have to. I can type my question in here. And then I can create the question. Now I can delete them if I want. I can go back into editing them. I have all those types of options. I can also insert the discussion. So let's say, oops. So now I have my discussion. Why do you think so you can create a discussion. And again, in this case, I could have a listing of number of classes. I only have one class right now. This tool is also in there because it works real nice with Google Classroom, of which we don't have. And you could go ahead and post this to all of your classes. And so now you have this discussion question here. I could create another topic if I wanted. I could insert another sticky note. I can insert another question. So let's say I'm all done along the way. I can come to the end where it says more options. I can assign to students, share with teachers, edit a lesson, view what it would look like as a student, and then I can go to the insert learning dashboard. So at this point I'm going to assign to students, and I have my choices of classes that I want to pick here. Well, it looks like I use this number, but let's say this is the one that I want to assign it to. So I can assign it to that particular class. So now it is assigned. So if I go back to, let me get rid of some of these tabs here. So if I go to, you got to get rid of some of this garbage. This will allow me to copy that lesson to a clipboard, and then I can post it into a discussion board or any of those types of things. I'm going to go to my dashboard here, where you will see the lesson that I created right here. I have some choices to share it. This is another way that I get that link. I can edit it if there's some issue that I don't like about it, or I can delete it. Again, I'll assign it. I pick the class that I wanted to assign to. Now I got it assigned to 2 different classes. And students will do the same thing. They will come in, log into IL through their tab. They will have a list of the lessons, and they can just go ahead and work on those lessons. And if I wanted to get the grades for that particular, so I would have, my students would be listed there, and I could see what they, if I had specific questions I wanted to pull up, if I wanted to pull them up by students. I don't have anybody who has created accounts here because I just made this account up myself. But I have all these different abilities to pull in various things. I could then get all the score, and if it was something that I was using for some instructor discretionary points, I could bring that in. But it's just a different way to interact with students and some content that you provide for them, rather than it just being a static, they watch a video and there's really nothing else to do with it, or you have them read a journal article and you want to make sure that they actually go through and read that web article that you've assigned and put some periodic interactive things there where they have to do something, and then you can just check real quick through the grades area to see if they've actually completed the lesson. So there's a lot more that you can learn about it, a lot more that you can do. Again, you have all those different templates for different ways that you can insert content and various assessments along the way in this product. But this is just a beginning place to start, and as you get more comfortable with it, you'll learn about some of the other templates. Thanks.